Jalen, when you and Coach DeBoer and Nick Sheridan put your heads together, how did you guys get the rhythm back offensively?
I think it starts with number one with communication. Coach Sheridan, Coach DeBoer talk about during the week, how can we be great communicators? I think that's so important for us as an offense, is how can we communicate the best and how can we be effective when we communicate. I think that's something we did a really good job with throughout the whole game, throughout the whole week of prep, just the communication aspect of it. You know, I just try to see football in the lens of the play caller and our head coach. And so it's been great to just have another opportunity this week to put on display like all the hard work we had during the week. And so it was just a sign for improvement, and it was able to come into light today.
Can you walk us through the effectiveness of the run game today and what was working?
Yeah, for sure. I think our backs did a really good job with toting the ball, going north and south, being really explosive. You know, when they had the ball in their hands, those guys work tremendously hard amongst each other, just constantly improving, constantly getting better. And they were truly a two-headed monster in the sense of jam and justice, toting the ball today. So I'm proud of those guys for how hard they work, and also just how much of an X factor they were in this game today.
Jalen, coming out of the half, it was more sparky scenes. What was kind of the message from Coach, and kind of what did y'all really execute in the second half?
Yeah, I think as cliche as it is, 1-0. You know, every opportunity we have, you know, we're going to be our best. You know, the requirement of the players be our best at everything that we do. But we acknowledge that playing that SC is a very hard task. And so, you know, we have some good plays, we have some plays we want back. But the best mindset we got to have is going 1-0 and finish. And that's one of our core values as a program, is finishing. And so that was the ultimate thing when you go into the second half. No matter what game it is, no matter what score it is, the second half is all about finishing, playing disciplined football, and also being committed to the details leading into the second half.
Jalen, do you feel like a balanced run game kind of takes the offensive, for lack of a better term, weight off your shoulders a little bit? And how does that feel as a quarterback to kind of, you know, have that less pressure?
No doubt. You know, when we have great running backs in a room, it's always great to allow them to be effective in our game plan, because they're two. You know, our whole room is very effective, and they're all unique in their own way. And so to have them implemented into the game plan is definitely something that is a key resource for us moving forward, and it complements the pass and having great running backs that do their job. And so as an offense, that's like the best thing. We complement, you know, both of the pass and the run. And so they're doing a good job. You know, I trust in those guys, no matter who they are, whoever's in, is just they're going to give it their best foot forward and allow our offense to be our best us.
Do you feel like it gives you the freedom to do a little bit more, though?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. You know, having those guys, you know, it just sparks confidence amongst everybody. You know, our offensive line, our receivers, when we have our running backs doing what they do. And so as a quarterback, that's awesome. You know, and I trust them. You know, that's the best thing. And then they have a great relationship as well. You know, that's something that's misinterpreted. It's just the great relationship they have amongst each other and how hard they work during the week.
Jalen, you've taken a lot of snaps so far this season. How big is the bye week for you personally to be able to regroup and reset?
Right. I think the bye week is something that is truly effective as a team, you know, to have that to reflect. You know, the goal for us as players is to grind, refine, and compete at the highest level. And so now it's time to refine, you know, and just look and reflect on, you know, what are some things that we can do to be our best us, you know. And there's so much football ahead of us this season. And so now we can just, you know, separate into pillars of, you know, strengths and also things that we can improve at, so ultimately we can reach, you know, all our goals that we had set, you know, for each other. And so I think the bye week is something that we can take advantage of.
What are your thoughts on the defense's performance today with the shutout?
Man, our defense is doing a really good job. You know, what's great about a team is that we can fuel off of both of each other. And then they bring so much energy to the stadium. They do a really good job working hard. You know, just seeing all the work that's been done in the dark throughout the week, and seeing it put in display today has been great. You know, one thing that's not mentioned enough is how great they communicate on defense during the week, man. It starts with our veteran group, you know, who's our leaders, with Deontay, Malachi, Tim Smith, with them being vocal leaders and demanding nothing but excellence amongst each other. And so I think that's why they're playing so well amongst each other, because they hold each other accountable, and they all want the same thing. They all want to have success. They all want to be the best defense they can be, and also just Coach Womack just doing a really good job with those guys, and just pushing them to be the best they can be. And so it's so many elements to why they're, such a great defense. So I'm proud of those guys. And as an offense, we love just fueling how effective they are in the game.
And then Coach DeBoer was talking about you and the receivers kind of making adjustments during the game. What did you guys kind of discuss on the sideline in between series?
Yeah, communication. Something I mentioned to those guys is that we should see football in the same lenses as a quarterback and receiver when it comes to the passing game. So just they know what I'm looking for whenever they're route, coverage-wise, and the decision I made with the football. So, most of the time we're on the field is all about seeing football in the same lenses, and just being the #1 team in the country in communication is something that Coach Sheridan talked about with the quarterback position, and just being a great communicator. So, what's something that's beneficial for this year is just having the iPads on the sideline, having that aspect, but also just having our coaches just push us, push us throughout a game, and just acknowledge, where we can attack the defense moving forward.
Do you feel like this win can give you guys some momentum moving forward in the final month of the season?
I think for us, we just got to have a level head and continuously acknowledge, what's in front of us. And so we just got to be determined. We got to have tremendous grit. We got to be not satisfied with any performance. We just got to constantly just keep on building, constantly just build amongst each other. And confidence is #1 when it comes to our football team and how we approach every single day that we have. It's all about seizing every opportunity that we have, and just continuously just go on the path that we're going on. But I just got to credit, our coaching staff, got to credit our veteran guys that are stepping up as leadership, and also our young guys just following the lead, And that's going to be so important as a whole, is we all have the same goals when it comes to short-term goals, long-term goals, and team goals.
Seems like the connection between you and Jeremy Bernard has continued to grow throughout the season. Talk about how that's gotten stronger.
Yeah, so I got to mention is communication. Communication, just seeing football in the same lenses, and just trusting in him. Every receiver that goes on the football field, I trust him. And so when it's time to make explosive play, when it's time to get the ball distributed to our playmakers, it's all about trust. It's all about confidence, and that's a guy that I definitely am confident in and believe in. And I tell him, every day I appreciate him. Whether I'm on the field, off the field, I tell him I appreciate him because, he does a really good job just during the week working as hard as he can, and then also just being a vocal leader amongst that group. But he's just constantly just growing and just being the best he can be every opportunity he has.
You're wearing a Najee Harris shirt today. Can you explain why you chose that?
I decided to wear Najee this week. He's definitely a Bama legend here. And so, I wanted to showcase him today. So if you seen this shirt, man, hey, hello, Najee.
Coach DeBoer said there wasn't a raised level of physicality today. What would you attribute that to from your perspective?
Yeah, so when you think about physicality, you think about the trenches, O-line, D-line, but you also got to look at it as a whole. I see our running back, Justice, scoring that touchdown, how physically he ran through that dude's face. When you look at, our safeties coming down, tackling when it comes to our linebacker flying to the ball, our receivers blocking on the perimeter. So it's so much physicality that's implemented to a game, and that's #1. You got to be physical in the SEC. You got to be physical to be the best us we can be moving forward. And so that's just an emphasis that was pushed during the week. We had to be physical football team and just push that amongst each other. And so I got to credit to Tyler Booker. Tyler Booker stepped up as a leader this week. It was great to see him lead this week. It was great to see how much he cares about Alabama football, how much he cares about this football team. And when you have a guy like that, that's going to push our group to be our best us. And that was my first-hand experience, just seeing his leadership grow tremendously and push our guys, because physicality is the emphasis for us moving forward.
Last 2 questions. Ty got some reps out there. What's kind of the conversations you're like with him to be able to help him grow?
No, absolutely. What's great about our group is we have something called BOB, Band of Brothers. And so no matter who's on the field and whoever's taking a snap, when you think about Saturday, but not during the week. Our group does a really good job bonding amongst each other. We have shared success. And what's unique about the quarterback position is only one of us can take the snap, but we have shared success. It's awesome just to hear their feedback, also be able to talk to them, because I have the most snaps in the room, but it's all about being a positive influence around the guys and just pouring knowledge into them, and then also just enjoying the process with those guys, because those are the guys that I fight with each and every day, during the week, during the season. That's our quarterback group. So it's special to have that connection, but also just, for us to put in display, the guys that work so hard now than getting a chance to play today. So it was awesome to see Ty get some snaps today. And then also, seeing Richard Young getting explosive today. So it was great to see our guys get some more snaps today. And so, but no, I love our group. I love our quarterback room, and then also just Coach Sheridan pushing us.
Jalen, what was your message? What would be your message today to the team following the shutout win like that?
Got to be starving. Got to have a starving mindset. When you're starving, you continuously want to eat. You want to eat, and that's the group that we have in our locker room. We got to keep pushing excellence amongst each other. We got to keep pushing the Bama standard, and acknowledge that we're not a finished product. But you gotta love the process. You gotta keep on grinding, refining, competing, and keep building amongst each other and loving each other. Love is powerful, and so that's something we have to have moving forward. We gotta be confident and committed to all of our goals that we had set prior to the season started.
Thanks, Jalen.
Thank you, Jay.